Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
Yes.
It's treason, then.
Nerds! I'll help you, boy! Oh! Oh! I got you guys. Okay, guys, that was fun. That was fun. Okay.
We are such nerds.
Yeah, we're just nerds. Anyway, hello, guys. Welcome to another another podcast of the Buddy Show. We have our first show today. We're gonna review Star Wars Bad Batch Episode 1, Aftermath. So yes. Before we start, Bad Batch is basically a spin-off of the Clone Wars, which ended like last year, season 7. So
Well, if we want to be technical, it ended once before.
I know, but
a long time ago, and then it was resurrected. So
for one season. But you guys, yeah. So the Bad Batch. You guys didn't know the Bad Batch are an elite group of clone troopers that were basically technically not normal. Their DNA is not, like technically of normal to them, but they're they're good at, let's say, fighting. They're basically more elite clone troopers, but that doesn't follow orders. But they get the job done. Basically reckless clone troopers. So like the Guardians of the Galaxy, like that. Reckless clone troopers, but get the job done. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And who are these clones? These Bad Batch clones, Clement?
So we have Wrecker, like he's considered the muscle of the Bad Batch. We have Tech, the technological genius of the Batch, and we have Echo, who was a regular clone in the Clone Wars, but he decided to join the Bad Batch because he seems like more fitted in the group. And we have Crosshair, the Batch's like skilled sniper, and he's like very skilled sniper. And our last member of the Bad Batch is Hunter. He's the leader of the Bad Batch, and he's kind of like John Rambo of the team. But we have like a new additional member in this series in the Bad Batch, and more like a supporter fan or like a groupie fan follower of the Bad Batch is Omega, a little girl that just introduced herself in the first episode from Kamino.
Yes. So guys, Bad Batch, you guys don't know, again, we said it's a spin-off sequel to the Clone Wars series. It tells the early rise of the Empire after Order 66.
Mm.
Yep.
So yeah. So anyways, let's get this review started. Before we start, this episode was amazing. I love this episode. How about you guys?
Oh, the recap was really cool. How they animated parts of episode 3. I thought that was like really appealing when I first started watching it. I was like, oh wow, okay, so they're recapping like the episode 3. But yeah, otherwise, I felt like it was a great introduction to a continuing story after we left off from Clone Wars. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yes. So how about you, Clement?
I've always had this thing and this idea, like I want to watch something that like there's got to be some troopers out there that could like do something different when Emperor Palpatine executed the Order 66. And like after seeing all these clones executing the Jedi in the movies, I was just curious to see what what clones out like. There are other clones out there in the galaxy that could be different, and I was like, okay, so I'm curious about this Bad Batch. And when you, Ryan, suggested me to watch the last season of the Clone Wars, I watched it, and then when the Bad Batch debuted themselves, like I was into them. Like these are a group of remarkable elite clones that seems like I'd be like to join their journey. So I really like it.
Yes. So for you guys that are wanting, we're going to review. Yes, it's a review, but we're not going to summarize the whole episode. It's like legit an hour episode. So we can do it. So we already assume that you guys already watched the episode. All right. So there'll be spoilers alert. Spoiler alert. Okay. And we'll go straight into spoilers.
Yes.
So anyway, we actually does so. So we go to a planet. I think a planet. I forgot what's it called. An ice planet. Cake. I don't know what it's called. We see Caleb Dune, who is actually Kanan Jarrus from Star Wars Rebels. Voice again from Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
You guys don't know Kanan Jarrus is one of the main characters for Star Wars Rebels. He was actually a surviving Jedi from Order 66. Actually trains Ezra, as his name was Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels. So yeah, so he's a key character in Rebels. Just to let you know, the little kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then we do see Order 66 done in another way. The clone,
which was brutal, might I add.
It was brutal. So, want to talk about Cody?
I feel like it might have been even more brutal than episode 3.
Explain why. Explain.
Okay, so a lot of I think episode 3, you gotta remember this, that movie's almost 20 years old. God forbid I actually sit there and actually accept that. But the point I'm trying to make is that movie actually had a lot of the Jedi's deaths were shrouded in like the background, and it did seem like, a lot of people are used to like people exploding in fighter jets and stuff, so it wasn't like super emotional when Plo Koon exploded in his fighter and stuff. But like they literally shrouded that scene in Felucia when they shot one of the Jedi, and it was just behind a leaf. And I think that they actually showed the Jedi getting shot with the laser blast. It was in the animation. So it definitely was a lot more intense, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Plus the little Jedi witnessing his master being shot. I feel like that has a little bit more of a darker tone to it than episode 3 gave.
Yeah, so this was the first time when they showed Jedi, little Padawan subject get killed. Star Wars Fallen Order, the game, it's actually also canon. We see the main character, when it's a Padawan, see his master get slaughtered by the clones.
Well, okay, so I'm talking about as far as the video game. I haven't even finished the video game yet, so just gotta point that out. Also, I'm saying a direct comparison as far as the media goes when it comes to the movies and the TV show. Yeah, I do get that there are some things that you can get away with in animation or in video games you probably can't get away with on film.
Yeah.
So, but it does feel like it pushed the boundaries a little bit when it comes to recapping that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we do see the Bad Batch again. Like they do arrive to help out with the battle, and we do find out that Crosshair does say that war is over because General Grievous is getting killed. So it's kind of cool that we see, because in Order 66, we see like some people, some Jedi, but at least we get to see personal-wise in this episode more Order 66 what's happening. Because we see in Clone Wars, how Ahsoka felt it, and now here. And we get to see Caleb Dune, which is technically Kanan, as a Padawan, voice again for Freddie Prinze Jr. And what's kind of cool is I kind of already suspected it at the beginning. I knew the Bad Batch clones would not respond to Order 66. Well, not all of them, but at least that one showed some resistance to a little bit of resistance to it. So it just proves that these clone troopers were defective.
Yes. I gotta say also, I think that the introduction of these characters, though we've seen them in the Clone Wars, was, like Clement said, a very It was actually really good. I mean, I do like that they actually have like this universe centering around this one specific point in time with Order 66. As you we bringing it up is just focusing on other people's experience with it, which they did do at the end of the Clone Wars. Correct? If I remember correctly, they did do that.
Yeah,
But we're getting like different. We're getting different aspects, different viewpoints, different experiences with it, and I do like that we have uh, a resistance to it. Like, I like that we're actually seeing this struggle to escape it compared to like just being told, "Hey, all the Jedi are dead." you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It does prove to this because before it does prove that all Jedi are not dead. There are some survivors,
Right.
but it's kind of cool. So we do so of course you see Crosshair. He actually does have the chip still working on him because technically it's kind of working for him. But at least we show that clones are really not that evil. It's just they're mind controlled.
Yes.
Yeah, because again, these are
They're programmed.
They're programmed. They're human beings. Like even some of them rejected it. Like you saw in the last in Clone Wars, Fives, one of like Captain Rex, Ahsoka's best friend commander, even tried to resist it.
Yeah.
So that actually was heartbreaking. But anyway, this one, now the clones got it. They did receive the order, but only Crosshair was affected. Well, technically, Crosshair was the first one to get the order. You remember you remember yeah. So I mean that's how it affected him. But the others were like, oh yeah. So you see, Crosshair tries to shoot Kanan and Jarrus, and yeah, he escapes. And now we see some friction between him and Hunter. And then we finally go back to Kamino. We go back to Kamino.
Yeah, that was an interesting seeing that and the conditioning training for the brainwashed troopers.
The regs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the surprise that we have a very beloved Imperial officer show up.
Yeah. So who is the Imperial officer, Clement?
It is Admiral Tarkin.
Young Admiral Tarkin.
The young Admiral Tarkin.
Yeah.
The guy who gave the order to destroy Princess Leia's home planet in The New Hope. The old son of a gun.
So why is he there then? Why is he in Kamino?
So it turns out that by the orders of the Emperor, he went to Kamino to do some, I think, an evaluation. Like he's trying to evaluate the clones to see if they could be an asset to the new Galactic Empire. So remember the meeting scenes with all the clones and the Bad Batch in that huge like meeting hallway or in the docking bay, and seeing the hologram of Emperor Palpatine delivering that speech. Like, we knew that young Admiral Tarkin is going to show up because because when we watched The New Hope, we were curious what happened to the clones.
Which, just to kind of jump in here, I really do hope we see a transition from the clone armor to the stormtrooper armor within this show, just to have like some kind of explanation to fill that gap. I mean, it's not really that big of a gap, but it would be pretty cool to be like, here's your new like uniforms, put them on.
Yeah, and Tarkin is at Kamino trying to see if there are any clones that will obey or resist. And we all know that, and also he was talking to one of those two aliens that we met in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, the
Prime Minister.
Yeah, the Prime Minister of Kamino. Like, Tarkin was talking to the Prime Minister of Kamino, saying like, "Oh, we're thinking about stopping the productions of the clones, and we are considering like hiring like regular citizens, regular humans to join the Galactic Empire. But wait, our clones' skills and their training are more efficient to be like benefit to your empire.
And they're fearless.
Yeah, they're fearless, and we all know that the clones that were produced in the for the Republic, they like I remembered, if I remember correctly, they had the instincts of Mandalorians.
So they are Mandalorians.
Yeah, they're like they have Mandalorian like fighting blood inside them.
Yeah.
That's why you're able to wipe out the Jedi. What happened?
Yeah.
Because only Mandalorians know how to fight Jedi. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that will explain why. Because of course, because there was people saying like, why are the clone troopers more superior than stormtroopers? Because they're technically Mandalorians. Explained by Boba Fett, of course.
All right. So if you two would ask me this, who would you have in your army? Mandalorian like skilled warriors, or just regular stormtroopers that can just randomly like missing every shot they get?
That's the joke. I mean, I feel like they're targeting for like, okay, that would be a great canon explanation. Just be like, oh, the stormtroopers that keep missing, those are human. The ones that don't miss, those are clones.
So I think I have a theory why that they don't want clones anymore.
Why?
Keep in mind, a lot of these clones are mind controlled.
Yep.
And a lot of them are actually human. And keep in mind, a lot of these clones actually respect the Republic and love the Jedi. They're just mind controlled.
It's just too much collateral damage for the
So
Empire.
the Emperor. So let's say these chips are gone or doesn't work anymore. Oh shoot! Now he's effed up because now they can rebel against him.
Yeah, they got a consciousness now.
They have a consciousness now. Because the reason why he goes normal people, because technically I read some comic book like some stormtroopers were forced to be in the program. Or it's like Nazis, like or like it's like the Imperial Japan, like you were forced to join the army or your family gets fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I'm hoping if they do make a new series or actually continue with Bad Batch, they show how the stormtroopers were enlisted, well, some of them. So yeah.
I do want to say that I think one of the coolest things that could happen when it comes to kind of connecting things as well. You know, I know I'm bringing up the sequel trilogy as if a lot of people are going to care, but with Finn and being brought into being a stormtrooper, and they were young, right? They were young kids being trained to become,
from birth.
Once again, without the food, Clement.
They're a program from birth.
Yes. Okay. So that, like, okay. So with the question of whether or not clones are worth manufacturing at that point to training children from birth to being conditioned to be stormtroopers, it would be a great episode to kind of have that struggle and explaining.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, we could even see a young Finn in this. That would be so cool.
I don't know because if you do, well, yeah, but it has to be after the sequel trilogy. No, after because like technically he was born during Return of the Jedi. You want to talk about it or after Return of the Jedi. So I'll come. Yeah. That's okay. He'll be back. So anyway, we do go back to Kamino and we do get a helper. I know a helper, like a little kid that admirer called Omega. So technically, Omega's a medical kid, but we also find out she's actually a clone. But a clone that's also like the Bad Batch. This, not normal.
A
defect. Now the thing is, she's something special. She's gonna be something special.
She's like the only female clone in the universe, right?
No, I mean, yeah, maybe. Clone Trooper, but technically, what's kind of curious is what was the Emperor planning with them? Because the thing is, she is technically a failed experiment. Oh, maybe successful, but what were he planning to plan with her? That's why I'm curious with Omega. Like, what was they planning with her?
What if this is Rey's mother? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm joking. I'm joking. Sort of.
Maybe we see Rey. We see Palpatine's son.
Yeah, that. I mean, I refuse to accept the fact that Palpatine got busy.
Busy. I'm like, ew. But anyway, but still, something's gonna be something with again. So Mega's not annoying. People think she's a little annoying. She's not. She's cool. But
You
yeah,
gotta lighten up and get used to her. She's
Yeah,
a child.
she's a child. Like, hey, look at Baby Yoda. He was a little annoying.
Everybody fell in love with him, but he didn't speak though.
Yeah, everyone fell in love
He
with him.
cooed. I think people hated him as soon as he started eating those eggs, though.
Yeah, he committed genocide.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we see Omega. She likes the clone. She tells him she is also the Fek. She's also technically like them. But you find out because Tarkin wants to the clones, wants to evaluate them. Yeah, he goes impressed with the Bad Batch clones because they're technically, they are like highest skilled warriors. But what makes him scared of is that they have consciousness. So I think that's why. And even Hunter said that Tarkin hates clones. So, and plus the Bad Batch, they have consciousness. And so I think what Tarkin did fear. So I think it's a good setup. I think this is where we find out why the Empire doesn't use clones anymore, because he saw that because of the Bad Batch. Because let's say what Tarkin saw, like, oh shoot, if they could turn conscious, what happens if all of them turn conscious? Without, yeah, because they're mind controlled. What happens if their chips?
Oh, it makes you wonder what's going to happen to all the clones then, huh?
Yeah, what happens if their chips are like, oh shoot, it doesn't work? Because you can take it off easily. If you actually watch Rebels, Captain Rex legit took up all the chips from like 6 or 7 clones.
So they're not just going to execute them, okay?
Oh shoot, if they execute all of them, like, oh my god, that would be effed up. That'd be sad.
It would be, but it would actually add some kind of like weight to the whole fact that this is a much more adult version of the.
I mean, it's already adult. You look at Clone Wars again. We're going back to Clone Wars because Clone Wars is an amazing series. Like, keep in mind, the last season, Ahsoka Squadron got killed.
Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, it really is.
And I actually cried because those people were with her since season 1.
Yeah.
They even painted her paintings for her because they loved her as a kid. I'm like,
I'm gonna call it. We ever come back here and we just kind of flash back to the fact that I say this. I think that they're just going to get rid of the clones, mass genocide.
Yeah, like but yeah, like basically their thing, just like electrocute all of them.
Yeah, to just pretty much shut them down.
Yeah,
I think that's all it's going to be, or they can have them just shoot themselves in the head. I don't know. Like, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, that's why I'm scared for the Bad Batch. I'm like, take off the chips. I don't want you all to die.
Oh.
I don't want another. I don't want another. What you call it? Rogue One, where they all die.
Oh, where everybody died in that.
Yeah. But anyway, let's continue. So, what else want to add in, Clement? What happens in this episode?
Let's see.
Like,
they were sent like after the training simulation. Like they were sent on a mission to, confront the insurgents. Right?
Yes.
And who would have known that we bump into this new iconic Star Wars character from Rogue One, Saw Gerrera?
Well,
yes.
actually, he's not new. He actually was in Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, he was in Clone Wars, but Saw Gerrera, like a very interesting character. And I don't know much about Saw Gerrera, but watching the Bad Batch, he was trained by the clones.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a Republic fighter. So you guys don't know Saw Gerrera. Yes, he saw him in Rogue One, but in Clone Wars he saw his prime. He was a Republic fighter. He's not a clone trooper. He was a Republic fighter working with the Republic.
Mhm.
Like, he worked with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Captain Rex. Those were his close allies.
Lies, deception.
So we kind of find out that Saw Gerrera starts the rebellion. Well, technically it's Padme Amidala that starts it, but like we kind of see him doing the fraction side, where it's kind of more
Building it up.
kind of more, I won't say terrorist like, but Final Fantasy VII like.
He's more of a mercenary type.
Yeah, he's more insurgency instead of rebellion. He's more takes the point. Yeah, a good cause, but more.
He's the Star Wars version of a Quaker.
Yeah, I mean, he hates the Empire, but he does it to the way that's kind of not ethical.
He's very aware that both sides have done some really messed up things, so he's just keeping his distance. He knows just one is super bad.
I know.
What happened to that Bagum?
Yeah, I want to know why he had literally started looking like the guy from Blue Velvet. Don't look at me. Don't you look at me.
I mean, if you play Fallen Order, it explains. Well, it doesn't explain, but he does show up in that. Yeah, I hope in the future Star Wars like series or seasons they can show him more of him. Cause I actually like Saw Gerrera. I want to see what
I did not like him in Rogue One for a few reasons why. He seemed like he was a little lost in his own universe. Like he didn't know who to trust. I think he was just a paranoid character that just seemed like, you're kind of a speed bump in everyone's plans, bro.
Let's see, let's see. But anyway, so we see Saw Gerrera, and then we see the Bad Batch crew. They're like, "Hey, you're humans. You're actual Republic fighters. Why are we?" So that's where we saw Hunter distrusting, the Empire. Like, oh, why are we killing our own people? This is a Republic. These are Republic, refugees. And yeah, and that's when we see Crosshair be like, "Oh
Yeah.
no."
Also, Tarkin spying on them too. I think that's something we should mention. They're literally he's evaluating them through a probe droid.
Yeah, probe droid, and then they go back to Camino. They go back to Camino.
Whoa.
They fail the test, and they get court-martialed.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then we see Crosshair because he's the only one that actually accepts the chip. But we can also see him also trying to fight it because you see Omega like trying to like, hey, it's okay, like I know you're not trying, I know you don't mean it.
I know it's not your fault. Yeah,
and you can see Crosshair doing this, like it actually pains him, like
he's struggling with his own identity. Yeah,
I'm like, oh shoot, they feel bad, and then when he got taken to the medical room and got like one hands, I feel bad. I'm kind of sad now.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the first tragedies in this, despite the fact we already knew about Order 66. There's literally a guy who was losing his whole personality, and you get to see them permanently doing that to the guy. He's no longer Crosshairs.
Yeah, he's now part of the Empire. He's now an elite stormtrooper. I mean, it's kind of cool, like, so he do escape due to like funny reasons, like Tech being smart and like Omega doing Omega things. But damn, I would say that costume, the armor from Crosshair. I know he's turning the bag, but damn, I'm like, oh, that's so dope. I want a toy of that. Hasbro.
Yeah, well, hey, coming soon, the Black Series version of Crosshair is in the new armor.
Hasbro, Imperial Soldier Crosshair. I want that.
Hasbro, hook us up.
Yes, but anyway, yeah, they do fight. They fight, and then they escape. Omega actually has some good shooting for some reason. Interesting. So yeah, they escape. Of course, they escape, and we thought, well, they escaped because one of the prime minister's like assistants helped them escape. So I think she knew that, hey, we need to let her escape because we don't know. Even the prime minister know, like, hell no, the Empire's, not that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they escape. They go to space, and then they try to find a place to hide. And Omega is like, oh, my first time in space, okay, anything. That's what happened. That's how technically That's how first episode ends. I know we didn't summarize it because, of course, this is just spoiler talk, just discussion. So we're not gonna. So we think. So of course, we think that you guys already watched it. So you're just here to chill with us and talk about it. So anyway, what else do you guys want to add into this episode?
I want to add in the fact that I do love the story, and like I just recently started watching Clone Wars because I have like at first I thought the Clone Wars is like that typical like Jimmy Neutron like feeling Star Wars, but it turns out it's not. And after watching like the last season of Clone Wars, because like the rest of them, like I know there are good filler stories that relates to the Star Wars universe, but
the last keeping episodes.
Yeah, but the last season you, Ryan, suggested me to watch like the season 7 of Clone Wars. I like to start there because like I watched Star Wars in the movies, but finished it like when episode 3 ends in that way. And I just like to add the fact that the Bad Batch, I just like to be part of their journey because I would like to imagine myself if I were like a defect among like my clones, like my brothers, like if I'm different than them, like what does that put me in? Like, am I a traitor or what am I gonna do? Because if I'm not part of the program, then what are they gonna do to me? And this makes me like think like what did I just what did I fight for in the beginning, and in the end, like all my brothers just turn against the allies that we were helping, that are the Jedi. That is the Jedi. Like, what am I going to do? Am I with them or against them?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like when it comes to shows like this, especially for a universe as expansive as Star Wars, one of the things that I feel like that's really good about these shows is people have to really overthink all these emotional aspects of these characters and actually getting inside their heads and understanding them. Like Clement is talking about how, what would you do if you were in the position of a clone who's just like, yeah, I mean, you saw how they had to like literally play it safe being around what they considered their brothers at one point in the cafeteria. Like, these characters actually feel like, you know, you actually care for them, and you have pretty much cared for them pretty much my whole life. It's a, you know, it's a really interesting expanded story that we've been used to. I feel like that it's going to be an interesting continuation. And I am going to really invest in being immersive with these characters as if they're like right there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So
What about you, Ryan?
again, I'm excited. Well, I already watched episode 2, so I kind of know.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Episode 2 is really good. It's really good, guys. Episode 2 is really good. Just to let you know.
You sure? You sure, Ryan? Are you absolutely sure? You got to emote it? You sure?
It's real. It's good. It's good. I'll kill you. Anyway.
It is so good.
Do it, bro.
I'm gonna blow things up.
Anyway, so yeah, honestly, I'm excited. Like, I love these characters in season 7. Sorry, burp. In season 7 of Clone Wars. Sorry, I ate up. You know, I had to burp. Season 7 of Clone Wars. Yeah, the Bad Batch are amazing. I can't wait for more adventures. So, I found out there are going to be 16 episodes. Yeah.
Only 16 episodes for season 1, or do you think there's
Overall,
gonna be?
I don't think there's. I heard there's not going to be another season of Bad Batch. This is just.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's what
Okay, so now I'm really concerned.
That's what I heard. But if it does go successful, maybe another season. Maybe.
I'm just going through a lot of theories in my head right now, but I'm not going to say any of them just in case.
All right. I just want to add this, that after watching The Bad Batch for the first time, dude, I would love to sign up to be part of the team. Like, they're like all of us. We are like those group of misfits that there are some orders that we could follow, and there are some orders that makes us question ourselves, and like, you know, we have to think like the bigger picture. Like, what are we fighting for? And plus, I love the group because you're among like the most dysfunctional brothers, but they are like your family.
Right.
I have a feeling that if they do survive, we might see them in the future battle during the original trilogy, because it goes confirm. I don't know confirm, but like, so Captain Rex in Clone Wars, he actually joined the rebels and actually was in Battle of Endor. So yeah,
I'm going to tell you one thing that I really am hopeful for, and it is canon in the comics, or at least in some of the stories. I want to see Jar Jar Binks tortured.
Oh, he's dead. You ever read the book?
No. He became a circus clown.
Yeah.
In literally in shame for his involvement of giving Palpatine his power. Yeah. He was exiled from Coruscant. I don't remember hearing that he died. As far as I'm aware, I've recently found out he went and started training as a Jedi.
Supreme emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor. Like, you mother.
It's all your fault. You're the reason why this is a thing.
There's a reason why there's an empire.
Jar Jar is the defining puzzle piece in the whole Imperial regime.
Wait, so Jar Jar joined the circus?
Yeah, no. He was like a street performer. He was a clown for children, and he was shackled by chain. But he was exiled from Coruscant because of his involvement. The thing is that a lot of people don't know this. At the end of Return of the Jedi and the recent like Blu-ray releases, you can hear him screaming "We set free" at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's him.
Wow. Okay, so Misa Warrior and Naboo in episode 1. Oh, Misa a Chancellor in episode 2 and 3. And now Misa working for the circus. Oh, wasn't me.
Yeah, you fucked up the whole galaxy, Jar Jar.
Jar Jar, you are a mess.
You're up to the reason why. Ah, Obi-Wan! No! Oh, Son Qui-Gon. Ah! Anyway,
But I said, well, just Qui-Gon shin me.
we don't talk too much.
You want your belly button pierced, do you, Jar Jar? Come here.
Anyway, so scale of 1 to 10, I'll do it first. I have to give this first episode a 10 because I liked it. The thing is, stakes were there. You get to see of course 1 hour. Stakes are there. You see the Bad Batch more. You see betrayal and tragedy. Well, tragedy. And Omega's not annoying. She actually does help. That's what I liked about Omega. And also, again, Tarkin was in it. And also, you kind of see the transition between now the clones and to the Stormtroopers. Plus, you do see a hint of it in near the ending. You see, remember you see a crosshair with the Stormtrooper gear. I was like, oh shoot. With Crosshair, the first Stormtrooper.
Cliffhanger.
So Crosshair is the first Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
See?
He is.
So 10 out of 10. Great story, great action. I love Hunter. And I feel bad for the robot of Omega. He didn't deserve to die.
Oh yeah, the robot.
He didn't deserve because he wanted to help. And you really? Also, I'm going to add in too. Wrecker is a baby. Well, I liked it because he humanized Wrecker. You remember the doll?
Yeah.
No, it's real. He humanized. I actually love that part. So 10 out of 10.
All right. What about you, Cody?
I mean, okay, so are you threatening me, Master Jedi? Fine, 10 out of 10. Put it away. I agree. It's I'm gonna be a little bit more biased towards like there was some parts of and it could be because it was an hour long, that felt like it was dragging a little bit, but it didn't hinder me from enjoying the characters and understanding that this is a continuation. But it was a great introduction. It probably could have been like 5 minutes, could have been cut out or something like that. There was a lot of things in it. I'm gonna say probably like a 9 out of 10. The thing is it's not usually a lightsaber, guys. He's actually got like a katana or a centaur and like to my head. So send help.
Anyway, Clementine.
All right. I love the group. It is, yeah, like you mentioned early, it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, like clones in the Star Wars universe. Like you got the muscle, you got a sniper, you got a tech strategist, you have a leader, and you have you also have like a wild card in the team. So this is a magnificent group, and after just watching this episode, I feel like I'm invested to like even get some of the merchandise myself. Like I looked at the shopdisney.com, they just sold out of the Bad Batch like hat. And I even went to other Star Wars merchandise websites. And well, I'm not a big fan of trucker hats, but they have a really nice design. And you know what? Just if there ever is like a Bad Batch club in like future conventions, if we go out there, I want to sign up. I like to join like the Clone Force 99. Like put me in the 99 Force team.
There's a 501st Legion clone. Now you're gonna be the 98 Clone Force 99 Legion.
All right, I'm gonna have to show Clement this now since we were talking about this, but I am a huge fan of Hot Toys, and they are doing. Whoops!
Oh yeah, they're doing Echo.
Look at that.
They're doing Echo and Hunter Hot Toys. So when I looked at that, it's amazing. But oh man, it's crazy.
$300 figures, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But if you really like the Bad Batch, no, then you're not investing. You're not losing anything if you're investing it.
Yeah.
No.
So score.
I give this the highest 10 out of 10.
Yes.
I love the group.
I am literally the odd man out here. All right, I'll tell you. Give me the red one. Give me the red one. Here you go, Clement. I'm the Sith Lord.
Traitor! Hold on. Traitor!
Sick flips, bro. You're supposed to do the flip thing with the traitor.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me.
Oh yeah. You guys going to fight anyway. So, yeah. Overall score 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, really good. Really good episode. Really good episode. Yeah, that's Bad Batch, guys. See you again on Thursday. Me and Cody will talk about episode 2, and then Sunday episode 3. So, yeah. So more Star Wars for you guys this week. Any new stuff coming out? Yes.
Loki, June 9th.
Loki, June 9th. I think that was June 5.
9th.
9th? Oh, so Loki, June 9th. Loki, Marvel. So I am worthy to review it.
Oh, Loki, yeah.
The hammer? Okay.
Listen here, you mewing Quim. No.
Yeah, we're gonna review. So we have Loki. We have we will review. I will review Cinderella. Cruella Deville.
Cinderella? You mean Cruella?
Cruella Deville. I will review it. I'll ask Noemi. She's a Disney girl, so yeah. Or I know Clementine. You're free that time. But yeah, and also of course I want to try it, and people did message me. They want me to review. We're all in this together.
Oh, High School Musical.
Well, let's just end it right now. Let's end it right now.
Let's go. What are you putting me?
I should both just join this then.
Hold on, let me screenshot this. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on. Let me screenshot this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, give me a sec, guys. Let me just screenshot this. Okay, go picture. Okay, so hold up. So, give me a sec. Like that. There you go. Perfect. So guys, that is the Butter Show. Bad Batch, episode 1, after my review. See, we did it in only 40 minutes. So, before we leave, Cody Boy, Buttery Boy, where can you find you?
Why is this sticking? Why is Buttery Boy sticking? Okay, you can find me on Cody's House of Geek on YouTube and on my page Growing Up in the 90s. And right here on the Buttery Show.
Yes. And you can find me Instagram DancerBoy247, and you can follow at my our sister show, Morphin Network, at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at Morphin Network. If you like Power Rangers for content-related material, or Kamen Rider, or Super Sentai.
And if you don't like those things, what is wrong with you?
And you can find me. Yep. Yeah. And you guys can find me on Instagram, CLeout1031, and I'm also following the Buttery Show and part of the Morphin Network. I'm obviously there, so just type in CLeout1031, and I'm also attached to some of the posts on the latest Super Sentai thumbnails, our posts. So there you go.
Awesome. All right, guys, this is the Buttery Show. We're gonna go away now. Again, may the force be with you guys.
Yes. May the force be with all of you.
Why are you doing this, Sith Lord? Get out.
I'll change blue.
I can change blue?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, yeah.
I'm blue.
All right, hold on. Let me just change blue.
I want to see that.
Anarchy!
That means I'm a double agent.
That is actually really cool how you could change the colors. I'm jelly now.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then. All right, guys. Buddy show. We're signing out, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.